Wake up to your future like you've never seen before.
Welcome to your inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Friday, December 21st, 2018. I'm Astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, thanks so much for being a part of FutureLife.tv. If you are not a part of FutureLife.tv, go to the website and subscribe now to get videos like this every day. And in the first 2 weeks of January, Deep Astrology will be exclusive to FutureLife.tv. But don't worry, YouTubers and Facebookers, this is always going to be a channel where I'm always pushing out different content. I've got a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon, and you'll start to see it here in these next couple weeks. And don't worry, I will give you that full warning of this is the last show. But for right now, we're almost in those waters. Make sure you look at FutureLife.tv. Plus, you're missing these horoscopes every day. Literally over 5,000 of them in the last 4 years. Plus my weekly sun sign horoscopes and my weekly tarot and my daily tarot like this every day. Plus we have other astrologers, tarot readers on there every day. FutureLife.tv. Get your free subscription for the 7-day free trial today. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King's planet energy mirror to understand what all the energy is for your Friday. I'm sending you lots of good energy. I am sending you lots of love and light. I'm hoping that you have an awesome, amazing, and spectacular, wonderful solstice Friday. And you know, this is just not any old solstice. So I'm putting that energy meter at the extreme position. Beep, beep, beep. Welcome to a new season, and we are into Capricorn world. Now, if you're on the northern hemisphere, this is the change into winter, and this is the longest night of the year. But for those on the southern hemisphere, in Australia, South Africa, I'm not forgetting about all you. Guess what? Happy summer to you all. But solstices are always the peak out of the sun, as then now we regress or start to build up and the ecliptic energy. You know, the sun is ready to move up for us in the northern hemisphere, so we can start to build bigger days again. And over there, down south, they are at the peak point. And what a peak point to have. This is not just a typical solstice. One, because there's a full moon brewing coming up tonight into tomorrow that will be in Cancer, opposing the sun at the solstice point, 0 degree of Capricorn. And you know, this is cardinal sign energy. This is about moving in new directions in life. And let's take a look at all the planets. All the planets are direct except Uranus. So we've got a lot of forward-moving energy. Saturn's out of shadow. It's moving into the second decade now. And as the sun enters Capricorn, it's happy because, well, I don't know if the sun's happy, but Saturn's happy. Because now the illumination of the sun, the drive, and more importantly, the illumination of Saturn and moving forward and making big choices in life with Pluto, that's also in Capricorn, finishing this huge transit that it's been going through, right? Pretty much all alone in Capricorn. Finally, it's got Saturn coming really close. And now here comes the sun, and here comes the south node in Capricorn coming towards Pluto. And so the conjunction is beginning. We are going to start to feel what the next year especially is going to start to feel like in the energies. And we are moving from a Jupiter energy to a Saturn, because where's Jupiter? It's in Sagittarius. It's in its home sign. Where's Saturn? It's in Capricorn, its home sign. And those are like, you know, water and oil, right? You know, Jupiter is all about expansion and belief and, you know, kind of easy-go-lucky and positivity and, you know, hopeful even when it doesn't work out. Saturn is much more, you know what, restrictive. Pull back, get on track, make decisions. No, don't take too long. Don't search forever. Make a choice, define, cardinal. And so we're going to feel this big shift now where so much pondering has been going on, especially look at Mercury. It's on top of Jupiter during this solstice at 9 degrees where Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So talk about all these visions. But which ones are real? Which ones can be realistic? We can get caught up, especially as Mercury and Jupiter are making a slight square to Neptune. This is negative in the fact of where we can almost become delusional of what can become real. But at the same time, there's also the positive of really powerful dreams and visions that can come true. But we have to work out the tough choices and the emotional ones that we have to process, especially because the moon. Yes, it's in Gemini in opposition to all the Sagittarian energy, but it is moving into Cancer tomorrow where it will become full. So we are in a full moon in this solstice change. And this full moon is going to bring up intense emotional aspects about big decisions you have to make in your life and how you really feel. And it's squaring Chiron. So it's not going to be, just your basic emotional tough stuff. It is weird, secret, private. I've been telling a lot of people around me in spiritual circles and so forth that everybody's holding their cards, waiting to see how everybody's going to place a bet on the table and say call. And this is now where everybody has to start laying their cards out. Where are they going to play? How are they going to play? Who's bluffing? Who's not? Because no more can there be this pondering or wondering or, continuing to look. This sun now is saying, hey, Saturn's at the second decan of Capricorn. It's ready to create things. It's ready to make things happen. And it's in sextile now to Neptune. And Venus is also trining Neptune, exactly, during this whole entire solstice period. So when it comes to our projects, when it comes to relationships, we see the ultraviolet, infinite universe that is ready to make all these deep wants and desires happen. But holy cow, the subconscious or the things that are blocking it, we have to learn that it's in our soul that we have to let go. And that's a lot of this Chiron stuff. There are stories that are coming to an end. There are, especially with the trine to Uranus with the sun, even though, yes, it's moved into Capricorn, Uranus is at 28 degrees. This moon element, it's kind of in a weird spot. It's making the great sextile, but it's in this weird, energy. But at least Uranus is in a positive aspect to this. But what Uranus is making a weird aspect to is Neptune in a semi-square. And what it means is these are some very sensitive places that we have to confront, to let go of. Projects, relationship, deep wants, big choices with huge emotional, aspects that are about the freedom to go about the true identity of who we are and what we want and where we're going to go. And it's not easy because we have care, we have self-care that we need to do, but where does that self-care lie? Does it lie in not taking the chance for what you want in your life? Does it lie in saving yourself by staying complacent and safe and not taking the big choices and risks and hoping that things will just somehow play out? Well, I've been saying this for all year, that I've been waiting for the end of this year for Saturn to enter the second decan to sextile Neptune, because we have never, in anybody who's alive today, seen Saturn in its home sign of Capricorn in dignity in a sextile with Neptune in its home sign of Pisces in dignity. Spiritual mission is dropping on us on this full moon. And with a full moon in Cancer, with it leaving Gemini, there's a lot of questions. It's going to square Chiron. There's a lot of weird things that we're going to have to let go of. There's some weird stories coming to a close. There's this awesome future ahead. But where do you sit when it comes to comfort and when it comes to making these bold choices and having to be the responsible one for your self-care? And that self-care is reinventing who you really are by who you are, and more importantly, by making choices towards a mission that you must go on, that feels guided, that feels that you're being pulled toward it from the universe. Venus trining Neptune, it's just come out of its retrograde and all of its shadow period. It's at full bore. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's deep, deep stuff inside of us that we know. There is no pondering. The pondering is, how do I do this? Or how do I not do this? Or how do I avoid this? Or how do I make this easy? There is no easy except making the choice that you know in your gut, that you know in your emotions, that you know every part of your soul will bring you to the freedom of who you want to be and where you want to go. And that's what's dropping. Don't forget that this full moon is happening in signs that actually have the nodes in them. So even though it is not an eclipse, it technically has an eclipse-like energy because we are in the same zone of these nodal access points. And what is in 2 weeks? A solar eclipse. We have entered into eclipse time. And you know what my favorite thing to say is? Fate train time. Beep, beep, beep. So you are going to feel it now coming into today, into this holiday, like holy mother. The biggest choices of your life are going to start to begin. And it is coming towards Chiron at the end of Pisces. It is coming with Uranus getting ready to come direct at the beginning of the year with a solar eclipse week that'll be coming up. Mercury on Monday is going to come out of shadow. And this is where I feel coming into this holiday week after this full moon, things are going to get intense about the choices, about the comfort, about where you sit, who's going on the mission, who's taking the chance, who's following their gut, who's following their guides, who's following what the universe is saying, and who is following, I guess you could say, the blue pill or the red pill. And I think that this is a major blue pill, red pill in your life. Those who feel safer in the blue and those who know it's scary, but know they're called for the red pill into the reality that they know is where is going to take them to. And I'm going to say this with true passion and with mathematical precision of astrology. The reason why you came on this earth is all beginning now. Everything's lined up. The domino, it's like V is for Vendetta when he knocks the dominoes down at the end. And it is all about perfect timing. And if you look around your life and you look at how everything's set up, you have two worlds. Which one is it? And I think that this is going to be extremely intense. And for a lot of people, at least the universe here with this full moon is going to give us a lot of time, which is not actually a lot, but at least it's giving us about a week and a half here before this next solar eclipse and before the Sun-Saturn conjunction of January 1st and Mars coming into Aries on December 31st, especially on the Western Hemisphere. Like, we've got till literally the beginning of this year of 2019, like, where so many planets in dignity, so many planets turned on, solar eclipse coming up. This full moon is getting you prepared for what choice that is going to start to begin, that is going to play out for how you play your cards at the beginning of this year. Because when the spring or fall comes, depending on where you're at in the world, but especially this March and April, when things get to their peak out, when Saturn in the South Node conjunct, with all the Saturn-Pluto building up, with South Node Pluto, with all these big things that are making the biggest change of our lives, in the Saturn-Neptune sextile of January and into February, with Chiron leaving Pisces and into Aries, there is not much time left. So you cannot keep pushing things away to the side. And you know what? On this holiday, we are going to have to push some things aside. Mercury squaring Neptune. There's going to be an element to where, I don't know. I'm going to kind of maybe push this off. I don't want to think about it right now. But that Sun in Capricorn is going to be knocking on your door every day. Hey, get up. Are you going to be responsible? Are you going to do this? Are you going to get on the boat or not? Because I'm leaving soon. A lot to process on this full moon. And you know what? Wow, we got the Page of Swords upright. You know what? The message is clear from the universe. The message is clearer than you can get. But it's whether or not you're willing to listen to that clarity, whether or not you're ready to go deep inside and listen to all the messages the universe is telling you, that other people are telling you, that the signs, the synchronicities are telling you. And this is a very quick, very fast message. It is Mercury on top of Jupiter on Taurus. This is the warrior inside of you. This is the power inside of you that you have to know. And even though you got to work through some subconscious, what seems too delusional, what doesn't, what really sits in my soul in the right place, those are a lot to process. But this Page of Swords with this full moon, with all these aspects coming, is definitely a sign that literally says the choice is yours. Here is all the facts, and welcome to what I call very, very limited moments of free will in this universe that we are all entering into. And don't pressure yourselves too much. I think that full moon is reminding us that we have to take care of ourselves and we have to take these decisions with a lot of emotional processing. But that doesn't mean that we just get to an easy out. We got to make the choices. I hope that you join FutureLife.tv, especially coming into 2019, so you can be with me every day like this. I do these videos every day, have been for over 4 years. Actually, I've been doing it for almost 7 years coming up here in 2019 in April. 7 years I've done a video every day. I think I've missed 2 videos in my whole life. So, of doing this. But that's where Deep Astrology is going. I got other shows coming out on YouTube and Facebook, so don't worry. And they're horoscope based and they're astrology based. I ain't going nowhere. But This is where you get this info every day. Thanks so much for all your support. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for getting my astrology magazine as well, the 2019 Leo King Astrology Guide Mag. It is at stores in America and in Canada. And I appreciate all your support. And I will see you all on this weekend if you have the app.
Wake up to your future like you've never seen before.